to write the answers to K, exercise K. All right, who had number one? Who did number one?
Yeah.
Read the question in the book and then tell us the answers.
What does it cost to fly from London to Paris? I don't know what.
Okay, first of all, ask the question. Do you know?
Do you know what it costs to fly from London to Paris?
Good. One little problem.
It.
What?
What does it?
What does it
What
No,
it
that's okay.
is? What it costs?
What it
cost?
Good.
what it costs to fly from, and there's another problem, capitalizations.
London,
fly.
Paris.
Big L for London, right?
Paris.
And
Big P.
from London to
Paris.
Paris. Good. And it needs a question mark. Good, all right. And then the answer would be,
I don't know what cost to fly from London to Paris.
Costs.
yeah, I don't know what it costs. Good. All right. Who has number two? Number two?
Do you know when was?
Read the question first.
Okay. Do you know when was this building built?
Ask in the book, read the direct question in the book.
When was
When was this building built?
Nice.
I don't know.
Where's your
when this
answer over
building-
here? Is
The
it right?
second. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know when this building was built.
I don't know when this building was built. Good.
Okay, ask and do you know, teacher?
Do you know when this building was built?
Right. Yeah, so you didn't put the actual question up. You just put the answer. It's okay. It's okay.
You have to put two sentences.
You're supposed to. Two answers. All right. Three. Who had three? Go ahead.
How far is this from Vancouver, Canada to Saudi Arabia? Do you know how far it is from Vancouver, Canada to Saudi Arabia?
One little thing missing?
Question mark.
Good. And then you would answer, I don't know, and then you'd actually say the same thing. Right? Yeah. All right. Who had number four? Go ahead. Read the question in the book, please. Number four.
Is Australia the smallest continent? Do you know Australia is the smallest continent?
You're missing the starter word. What do you need for the noun clause to start with in a yes/no question?
Do you know?
If.
Do you know if?
I could say if. What else could I say? Whether. All right, read it again. Do you know?
Do you know if Australia is the smallest
Continent.
continent?
Good. And then the answer?
I'm sorry, I don't know if Australia is the smallest continent.
Good. Good job. Okay, and then who had the next one? Five.
Me?
Go ahead.
How many eyes does a bat have? Do you know how many eyes a bat has?
Good.
The answer, I don't know how many eyes a bat has.
Good job. All right, who has six?
What is one of the longest words in English?
Good.
Do you know what is the longest word in English?
Be careful. Do you know?
Once.
Do you know? What's the problem here?
Do you know?
Without the.
Do you know what? Let me ask a question. Is there a prepositional phrase in here?
In English.
In English?
Yeah.
No.
In English.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that okay, or should the B be on the end?
Be in the
You sure?
Teacher.
No.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know what the longest
don't know what is the
Do you know
largest
what is
word
the
in
longest? Something
English.
sounds weird there.
No, teacher, it's incorrect.
I have a question.
Hold on a second. Let me think about that.
I don't
What-
know what is the largest word in English is.
No, the same. Yeah.
What is one of
What is one? That's why. It's because he didn't put the same wording, so it sounded a little funny. You should say,
Do you know?
do you know what is one of the longest words in English?
It's
I'm
the
sorry.
same.
I don't know what is what.
So just add. Do you know?
We did, teacher.
Hold on here.
We did it.
Hold on, guys. Actually, what comes right after the be verb? A pronoun, right?
Yeah.
One. So it's affecting it. Because it's followed directly by, even though it has a prepositional phrase on the end, it's followed directly by a pronoun one, right? It's a quantitative pronoun. So the be has to go on the end in this situation.
Ah,
Yeah. So, how would we say it? Do you know?
what one of the longest words in English is?
Do you know what? And it's because of this pronoun. What one of the
Longest word in English is?
longest
word
words in
in English is.
English is? Yeah. I'm glad we stopped to think about that one. Are you okay? Do you understand why? And that was confusing because, yeah, it does have a prepositional phrase here, but the problem is it's followed directly by a pronoun. So we got to follow the pronoun rule in this situation.
So what's the mistake in that?
The mistake is you had the be verb in the wrong place. The be verb goes down here at the end. You put it up here right after the what. That's your mistake. Okay?
What is the longest word in English?
Now,
It's still a question. What is the longest word in English?
you want to say, I don't know what one of the longest words in English is.
No, I don't. What is the longest word?
I don't know what is the longest. That is incorrect. That's what I'm telling you.
That's a question now. If you say, do you know when one of the, that's not a question. If you put the S in the end, that's not a question.
Yeah, that's right. Well, listen, but, okay, don't get confused. We started with a do here, right? Do you know?
Do you know that's...
It is a question. When I start, even with a noun clause, when I start with a do you know, I'm creating a question with a noun clause, right? You okay?
Yeah.
Do you understand what you did
But
wrong?
since noun
It was
clause-
tricky. It was tricky because I think that this maybe confused you, right? And you put it over here, but it really goes on the end because of this pronoun right here. Are you okay? Do you guys understand at least what happened? Okay. All right. Who had 7?
Me.
Go ahead.
Do you know Chamberlains has a good memory? I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Let's see. What did you put that again? Let's look at that a second. 7. All right. So you said, do you know?
Chamberlains.
Now hold on. Read this first.
Does a Chamberlains have a good memory?
Good. So then in the book you're supposed to say, do you know?
Do you know a Chamberlains?
Hold on. What do you got to add for a yes, no? Do you know? If.
A Chamberlains has a good memory? I'm sorry, I don't know if a Chamberlains has a good memory.
Good. I don't know if a chimpanzee has a good memory. He got it. All right. And then who had 8?
How old is the Great Wall of China? Do you know if how old?
Hold on. Only use if with yes, no questions.
That's it.
Information questions like a how, what, when, use the how word. Do you, I'm sorry, I don't know.
I'm sorry, I don't know how old the Great Wall of China is.
Good job. Good job. Everybody okay? Number 9.
Me. Do you know if the all birds fly? The answer, I don't know. If the all,
I don't know.
I don't know if all birds fly.
You got it. And 10. Go ahead.
Do you know if birds come from dinosaurs?
Good.
Dinosaurs. I don't know if birds come from dinosaurs.
Very good. Everybody okay? All right.
That's correct. Birds.
Yeah, let's see. What do you write up here on the board? 10. Here it is over here. I don't know if birds came from dinosaurs. Yeah, he did it right.
If?
Yeah, because it's a yes/no question, isn't it? Yep. Are you catching that? And that's the main point of the next grammar section. Now, a minute ago we talked about using if or whether to start a noun clause with a yes/no question. Yep. You're noticing, though, that some of these are information questions. They start with what? What? They start with what? What? They start, it's okay. What else do they start with? When? How? What? So listen, in the noun clause, all right, we already learned this. When you use a verb of mental activity, you're going to then use, you can then use one of these information type dealies.
That.
Yeah. That's with a that, but you can use the, forget the mental activity for a second. That's not what I want to talk about. The difference between a yes/no question and an information question is the if whether goes with which one? Yes, no, or information?
Yes.
Yes, no. The information ones are easy. Just start with the information word. Okay? So that's what you guys did up here, and that's fine. Everybody okay? All right. So now, let's jump to another idea here. Take a look at this section right here, and we talked about this already, so this is not something new to your mind. Noun clauses that begin with that. Usually when it is a verb in the main clause, right before the noun clause, some sort of a mental activity, then the noun clause starts with a that. And if you look on page 55, they have this really nice chart of mental activity verbs. So anytime you see these verbs or you want to use these verbs, often right after this verb, you're going to put a noun clause starting with what? Yeah. All right, look at the examples. A, B. Now, will you read A and B?
I think that Mr. Jones is a good teacher. I hope that you can come to the game.
Good. So what are the mental verbs there? Mental activity verbs? Think, hope. Good.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I said I think Mr. Jones is a good teacher. That's
Excellent. No, it's not. With these, you can get rid of the that. It's no problem. Okay? Why don't you read C and D? Will you read C and D, Nelson?
Mary realized that she should study harder.
Good.
I dreamed that I was in the top of a mountain.
So what are the mental activity verbs?
No.
What are the mental activity verbs?
That I dreamed.
Yeah. Well, no. And C, what is it?
And C, realized.
Good. And then in D?
Dream.
Good. And then they put the noun clause. And like he said, E and F, they give you an example where they remove the that. You don't have to have a that.
And
Okay?
all of this words.
All of them. You can get rid of it. All right? There is a whole list of these mental activity verbs for your benefit. All right? So I recommend looking over those, becoming familiar with them so that you can use them in your writing. And then when you hear it, you will also realize, okay, that's just a noun clause following one of these mental verbs. Okay?
Okay.
Turn the page. Let's try it. Let's just see what we can do here. It says work with a partner. I'm looking at L, okay, on page 56. Again, great practice. Take turns asking and answering questions. Use that clauses. All right, so I want you to work with a partner and see if you can answer some of these questions using a that clause, noun clause, with some of these mental action verbs on the other page. All right, so work together, see what you can come up with, and then we'll share a few with the class. You can hit stop over there if you want.